Today's excitement is we're going to try out this flail mower for the first time. This is a Frontier FL1061, which, as I understand it, is a Italian brand, Massimo, with green paint and a sticker on it, but don't quote me on that. I'm just pretty sure, not all the way sure. First job was to get the box blade off the tractor. That went pretty smooth. I've got what's called a quick hitch, which is this yoke type thing on the back of the tractor. It's called a 3-point hitch. It's got the center top point here and 2 side points here. You're supposed to just be able to back in, drive in, and lift it and lock it on, probably without even really having to get out of the tractor seat. Of course, that'll take a little practice. This flail mower is supposed to work about the same way, except for it has this big shaft here, which connects to the PTO, which is part of the engine power takeoff, I think it stands for. And that'll supply power to the mower, which, by the way, has a long tube going side to side, and has a bunch of kind of L-shaped hammers in there that when the tube gets spinning, the hammers really take good care of the grass. Opted for this one because it doesn't have as much length off the back, and that's important when you're mowing on hills, like I tend to do. We're going to see how it works. I should point out that this is the first time I'll be attaching anything with a PTO, so I'm hoping that goes smoothly. This box blade, which I've come to love, is a great tool. It doesn't really have any power. You just drag it around behind the tractor and lift it up and down with the 3-point hitch. It's got hydraulic power to lift it up and down. But this one's a little bit different, a little more complicated, and probably a lot more dangerous too, so we're going to be careful. First thing I noticed is the way that these pins are set up. That makes it look like you could just put it right in here. But I was wondering why these things are so long. I think I need to slide them out and put the bushings on the outside side. That's the only thing these two are going to match up. So I'm going to try that, measure twice, and try hooking it up. Yay, the mower's finally on the tractor. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. Need some practice with that so-called quick attach yoke there on the back. And then one time I dropped it a little bit, well, maybe 8-10 inches off of some jack stands. I was trying to get the right height to load the thing up and heard this horrible sound, and of course found the PTO shaft on the ground, and that kind of looks broken, but good news is it's not. I was crestfallen at first, and then I figured out that one end of the shaft goes in the other. It's meant to be for adjustable length. So we're going to try hooking that up next and see if I can do a better job of that. But thank God, I don't think it's broken. Okay, that's on. Only took 3 or 4 tries. Checking a YouTube from a guy named Jeff at qualityimplement.com. Thank you, Jeff. Pretty straightforward once you get the hang of it. Okay, 2 other things. Here's those hammer knives I was telling you about. This is underneath the mower. That's the tube that goes around. And these are those hammers that get flailed around. So it's called a flail mower. Also, the manual said that works best when you level it out side to side and front to back like this. So I do that with these adjustments here. They're manual adjustments on my tractor. I didn't spring for the hydraulic ones, which would have been nice. But at this point, I think we're ready to mow. So let's go give it a try. Not bad. Not too loud either. Liking it so far. Okay, that's the first pass. The grass is longer than I'd like it to be to I like to get it down to the dirt, so we'll play around with the depth adjustment. This started out on medium, but it's still a lot cleaner and safer than the long grass. We'll see how many places out here I can use this tractor on. Mentioned before that we got tons of slopes out here, so a lot of it won't be able to do, but that's what the little robot mower's for. And then what this and that can't get, I'm going to get with a string trimmer, but hopefully it'll be less than 55.5 hours it took me last year to get 100 feet around. So we'll give you more video of this when we get into some serious weed cutting. Okay, I'm going to call this first day a success. I know it's too early to get started on this, but better too early than too late. This area, as you can see, kind of sloped. Years past, I would use a combination of my lawn tractor, which was very tippy and kind of dangerous, and a weed whacker. And it would take me probably a whole day, well, one of my days, 3-4 hours to clear. This tractor with a new flail mower did in about a half hour. Did a series of kind of figure eights up and down. Wasn't working that great, but I will say the mower is real powerful. Doesn't leave anything behind. You can't even see really the cut grass. It mulches it up so fine, which is pretty cool. And it does struggle some going up the hills. I kind of didn't appreciate how much power from the engine that the mower would take up, so turns it into a less powerful tractor overall. But anyway, the mower's pretty darn powerful. You can see I marked the rocks with some flags, but I still managed to hit a few and nobody died, nothing broke. And we're getting the hardest part of today was getting that damn mower on the tractor, but accomplished that. And I'm hoping that well, this doesn't grow back, which it probably will, but I'm also hoping that I get good hours in the seat in that critical time where the grass stops growing and before the fire danger comes back up. I think I'll end this one here, say goodbye for now, and keep you posted on the next adventure.